Hey, what's going on?
Hi,
It's Mike,
I'm Mare.
and you're listening to I Don't Want to Watch That show about, husband and wife, and we make each other watch shit that we don't really want to watch. And then we come here and talk about it for, 15, 20 people. It's cool. Whatever.
Really,
we have a good time.
This podcast is really for ourselves.
Yeah, pretty much. And we enjoy doing it, and it's fun. And this week we are talking about The Boys. We started out talking about Real Housewives, went through 3 seasons in New York, and then after that, Mare didn't want to watch The Boys, and I did, and I said, let's switch it up for a little bit. So we are in the middle of, or actually just getting started in season 2. So today we're going to talk about episodes 3 and 4. So, episode 3.
Let's really just get down to it.
What's that?
The Billy Joel references are just so
Yes.
wonderful. They make me so happy. They bring so much joy to my life.
The music videos being thrown in, like the actual music videos.
So,
we are huge Billy Joel fans.
So the episode opens with Huey on that yacht that they just fucking have a yacht now.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? But it's the Billy Joel. He's watching on his phone You're Only Human by Billy Joel, which is a very upbeat, like it was from 1985, a super upbeat Billy Joel song.
About suicide.
And it's about suicide, I guess.
It's like, hey, it'll get better. Don't you worry.
That's not how it goes.
I know, that's not how it goes. But I'm just saying that's like the beat of like hey, don't kill yourself. I don't know the words. That's not one of my...
And let's talk about the video for a second, just to give everybody context. So Huey is watching this music video because he's obviously going through it over Starlight and our Annie, and everything that's been going on. And he's like a little unhinged. He's really about to lose it. So he's been watching this music video over and over and over again. So after we watched the 2 episodes, Mike and I watched the music video for You're Only Human. And let me tell you, please watch it, everyone. It is
cheery dark.
It is just so wonderful. Well, first of all, it's about this young kid who, we have to figure out what bridge that was. I want to say it was the Queensboro Bridge.
I think it was the Queensboro Bridge.
But this kid is about to jump off the bridge, and he feels like he drops his wallet, and he's like, whoa!
Yeah.
And then as he's about to jump, he feels his what, Mike?
His second wind. And that's what...
And then Billy Joel appears.
But that's...
And he has... Wait. Billy Joel appears, and he has his harmonica.
Yep. And he plays it just sporadically through the song without any melody. Not even... He's doing the Piano Man melody. Like, in the middle of this other song. The melody doesn't even line up with the song. Like, this song is so weird.
And he's wearing, like, this... He
looks like a burglar.
He's
wearing all black.
Like, I wonder if that video is
This is a Billy Joel music video critique podcast.
Wait. No, because I feel like I want to talk about it. I wonder if that video is a nod to It's a Wonderful Life.
Could be, yeah. I mean,
when that guy, like, I haven't seen that movie in so long, it's so fucked up. But when what's his face, the lead character, he's on the bridge, he's about to jump, and then the guy comes.
Yes.
Like, don't do it. Shows him his life.
Don't do it. Yeah, that's how that goes, I think. Yeah. I'm not that old. I didn't watch that a lot. Yeah.
Well, my mom used to watch it all the time.
Yeah. My dad also.
Yeah. It's just one of those movies.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I don't know where I was going with that, but
yes, I agree. That music video is very much It's a Wonderful Life-ish because it goes through the kid's whole pathway. Well, what's gonna happen if he doesn't jump and stuff like that.
This kid wants to commit suicide because he almost hit a woman. First of all, he didn't hit that woman, and he hit like a fruit stand.
Yeah, he ran over a fruit stand. And he knocked over a fucking hydrant, water spraying up in the air. He's got like corn on the cob on the top of his head, and then the guy is yelling at him in Italian. And then that's it. That's the music video, and he wants to kill himself because of that. He thinks the girl is going to leave him because he got into the car accident. He got into the car accident because they're making out while they're driving. Like, you got to push her off of you, man. Like, you got to focus on driving. You're in a busy fucking Brooklyn street. Like that's
Do we know that it was in Brooklyn?
whatever it was. Like wherever
It
there's a
looked
fruit
like Queens.
stand.
I mean, it could have been
Whatever.
Queens.
I'm just saying.
These
like,
things are important, okay?
I understand.
All right, so
we should
so
look
it's
that
this
up.
it's this very corny Billy Joel music video, like of all music videos, and it's just so wonderful that Huey is watching this because it's so
As the episode opens.
Yeah,
yes.
and it's
we watch like that's what the opening of this episode is partially the video itself.
right.
And then
but I think what I'm trying to get to is that it was a great character reveal for me. Like it was the first time that I really enjoyed having Huey on the screen. Like I like pretty much all of the characters, but it was like a good moment for me for Huey. Yeah, I connected with him.
Okay, very good. I felt the same way later on in one of the episodes that we watched.
With him?
Yeah. And Starlight at the same time, because my jam is We Didn't Start the Fire.
Oh yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But so that's the opening, and it was Billy Joel, and it's just so wonderful. He's just so great.
Yeah. So and then now they're on this boat. Huey and Butcher, they got beef, unspoken beef still. They brawl it out a little bit.
Well, Butcher apologizes.
Yeah, which is I guess a first for him, but
yeah,
whatever. But the big story is the soup terrorist, super villain, whatever we want to call him, whatever the focus group says, is downstairs with his hands duct taped together.
Oh my God, that's right, yeah.
And Kamiko's down there, they're talking again.
And I wanted to say again, like you know, those scenes between the brother and sister.
Yeah.
Which I was really starting to enjoy. I think what makes them so wonderful is just the tenderness, right? The brother and the sister had such a Kimiko and her brother. Do we know his name?
I don't know. Off the
They don't
top of my
reveal
head,
his name yet. I don't think.
I've been writing Kimbro.
Kimbro?
Kimiko brother.
Oh.
But yeah.
But they're very tender because she really wants to protect him, and you know.
And we learn.
What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say we learned later on that like they came up with their own
sign language, right?
Like so they spent a bunch of time in like a cell together at that camp and stuff, at whatever that Liberation Army was, and yeah, so they are. But she still was like, nah, I can't free you, bro.
Right, yeah, he pleads.
She was like, I will help you and make sure
sorry.
everything's cool, but I'm not going to free you right now. I can't get this. Like, maybe she had a deeper plan or whatever, I don't know, but never came to fruition.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what went on over there. We got like a quick flash.
Pretty much what went on over there.
Then we had a quick flash to A-Train. He leaves the club and he basically has like a heart attack, and then it goes somewhere else.
Is he's having a heart attack, right? It's not like panic attacks, because initially I thought it was panic attacks.
Well, he had that heart attack before, so I assume these are like almost
residual,
like aftershock kind of deals. Maybe this is what he's susceptible to, and he's got to slow down. But then you go and we get Creepazoid again.
Homelander's just so good at being creepy, and just when I think his character is it's just two sides, right? Is his public and his personal, his public persona and his private. There's just so many layers to him. It's great. It's so great. And you just enjoy watching him even more, right? So when he gets to Becca's house to see what was he doing that was when she was serving them pancakes.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and then so passive aggressive and
Spanish, and then so he's like, "What's going on right here?" And they're like, "Oh, it's Monday, so we talk Spanish." And he's like, "No." He's like, "Hey, you want to go outside instead?" And the kid's like, "All right, sure."
All right. So then, the biggie news that the news got out that Compound V.
Yep.
Oh my God, I can't even talk. the news is out that superheroes are manufactured, right?
Yes.
That they're being used by Vought. They're being pumped with Compound V.
Yeah, they weren't made by God. They weren't natural. They
Right.
were.
So now the world knows.
There's a serum.
Yeah. Now the world knows.
And that also means that people know that it exists. So I would imagine that there would be people out there trying to buy their way into that shit. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine? Like, who do you think in this world would want to buy their way into it right now?
To be a superhero?
Yeah. Like, let's say the news broke tomorrow that there was, like, superheroes that they can make them with, like, a serum. Who would buy their way into it?
I mean, Trump.
You think so? I don't know. I don't know if he would want to do that. I think, like, maybe, like, I don't know, like Joe Rogan.
Maybe The Rock.
The Rock. Yeah. Like, who would want to be, like,
John
a
Cena.
real-life superhero?
John Cena.
John Cena? I think he would definitely do it, yeah.
Who else?
I don't know. We should have thought of this beforehand.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans would probably do it, yeah. Like, I would imagine, like, almost all the Avengers would want to do it. They're, like, so used to it. Yeah, they're like, you know what, we've been doing this for a while anyway. Let's just really be the superheroes. And they would also know, like, hey, there's no super villains, really, because that's bullshit. But until maybe some of the serum gets out, and then, you know, who knows what.
So, basically...
the Avengers would come to life, like Mark Ruffalo. Like
it's art imitating life, imitating art, imitating life. Wow, Mike, what a concept.
You think like Elon Musk would want to do it? I think he would.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What a weird guy. Him and his wife. And the baby's name. What is that baby's name? It's just...
Oh, I don't even know. I think it's just symbols.
Yeah.
I think he has like a tray of sand that he carries with him so he can write it out with his finger.
And he uses like, you know, those little rakes to write it out.
He carries around an Etch-a-Sketch that he took the sand out of, so it's just the design and it's like nailed together. You know how you can like save it in an Etch-a-Sketch, and he's like, this is the only way I can display it.
And it changes every time he tells something. The symbols change.
It's like Rorschach's mask from Watchmen. It's just constantly moving. Yeah.
Wow, what a reference.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? It's
Hi.
Mike. And
Mare.
we are, I don't want to watch that. It's don'twantawatchthat.com, Twitter and Instagram at don'twantawatch. Basically, you just heard us do about 12 minutes or so. And immediately following that, the dogs would not shut up. Like, we did like 3 stop and goes after that, and then we just decided to take them for walks and didn't do anything after that. So sorry about that. So we're restarting. We're going to jump right back into it though, because right at the end of that, it is, we were talking about the deep, and he's going into therapy.
Well, it's not really therapy.
Yeah, I mean, right. I think you know what it is, because like remember how I was likening it to Scientology?
Oh yeah,
right?
when they do those interviews.
Yes, when they when they do the interviews and like record them saying all that shit. So when they try and leave later, they're like, "Yo, remember when you admitted to us that time you stuck your dick in a whale's blowhole?" And the deep will be like, "Ah, fuck, I gotta stay."
Wait, did he really say that?
No, I'm just saying for instance. No,
I was saying, I was like, did I miss that?
No, no, he does other stuff with a whale later. Yeah. But
I want to know what the deal with the Fresca is.
I don't know either, but
it keeps coming up. They keep giving him Fresca, which is
refreshing.
Quite honestly, it's one of my most favorite sodas ever. I feel like it's a treat. It's really good with vodka. It's refreshing in the summer. I don't drink it all the time, but
I'll drink that or a Sierra Mist anytime they're available.
Sierra Mist. Wow.
Yeah. I'm just saying, those are 2 sodas that typically like... What?
Coke.
Nah. No.
No?
Coke is so bitter. Coke is the only good thing for Coke is Coke is like a mixer. So like a Jack and Coke or like,
Fountain Coke? Are you kidding me? Come on.
No, if I'm going to drink one, it's going to be Pepsi. It's a little sweeter.
I mean,
If I'm
I'm not
gonna
gonna knock
drink
Pepsi.
a soda, it's a pop. It's either a root beer or a Dr Pepper. But
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I mean, root beer is really good. Soda's just good in general. It's so bad. I don't know why we're talking about soda.
Yeah.
Because I brought up Fresca.
Because Frescas.
Yeah. So the Deep is in this weird Scientology therapy, but not therapy session, and he starts talking about how he heard the voices of fish from a very early age, at age 9.
Yeah, they're talking about how he first discovered his talents, I guess you could say. And, he was just hearing shit all over the place. At the Red Lobster, he was hearing lobsters whisper to him and stuff. And that was how he kind of realized it. You would have thought the gills would have kind of tipped him off.
Been a dead giveaway.
Yeah, because at 9, you would have figured he had gills. Because things that can breathe in water are typically born with those gills.
Did we find out when the mom was giving him compound
That's
V?
true, too. Yeah. But
I wonder, I guess we're going to find out.
maybe it all happened at, the same time-ish.
Yeah, I guess we're going to find out when... Because a lot of these superheroes, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of these superheroes are all kind of young. They were all...
Yeah.
This new crop were, in TV shows together, right?
Yeah.
Like that other kid, the S&M... We talked about.
Yeah, they had the dude with the Gecko. I think his name.
Yes, Gecko.
But they had almost like a Mickey Mouse Club type of fucking childhood show with all these kids growing up because they all started popping up around the same time.
Yeah.
Because that was when they got this V out on the streets and developed the plans.
Putting the puzzle pieces together.
You would have think that they would have realized. Well, I don't know. They did say it was a gift from God, so that would almost reinforce religion. When our enemies didn't get them, as opposed to a science experiment. I bet there would be a huge conspiracy theory group that would say it's science experiment-ish. You know what I mean?
Well, we see they keep cutting to that one. Was she a congresswoman on TV? We haven't officially met her yet, but we keep cutting to her.
Yeah.
Just talking about Vought and how. She's
their political rivals, it seems. They're gearing up for a political fight with her.
Yeah.
But still, it doesn't seem like she's suggesting that Vought did anything wrong in order to create superheroes. It's just that she doesn't want them in the military.
I thought she did. Didn't she do it in this episode?
Well, now that everybody knows, yes, exactly. But I just meant beforehand. The narrative was that they were a gift from God, and I'm sure that there would be a conspiracy theory group out there that says, no, it's just a science experiment, because there is no...
I understand.
Yeah, because why wouldn't our enemies have them until Homelander gave them the V? But anyway, so the news of the V broke right before we went to the deep therapy session, and then we go to the squad, and they're...
The boys.
Yeah, they are... Yeah, the boys.
Get it?
Yep. And they're hanging out on the boat watching the news break. They're super amped also.
Except Butcher. Butcher's not hyped.
Butcher's always sour. He's sour on Huey. He just won't give him any burn. He's like, yeah, don't forget, we got this soup terrorist, and the only thing we can stop him with is duct tape, and he's down below right now. And we got to keep on our game. It's like, yeah, I get it, but still,
enjoy the moment.
Be happy for 30 seconds,
Have the
man.
moment.
Yeah.
Well, he's go. He's got to get his wife.
I hear ya. I do, but still, enjoy for a second.
I'd hope you do the same for me when a superhero captures me.
Yeah, I would, of course. But I would enjoy the moment. I would still be focused, but I would enjoy the moment. I'm somebody who likes to, glasses half full, so I'll enjoy that moment.
Are you?
Yes.
Glass half full?
Yes. I don't think I have it in me to have a vendetta like he has. I would let it go after a while if you were gone. Because I thought he thought you were dead. You know what I mean? So it's not that he was just out for revenge. I don't have that level of revenge.
Scooped me up.
Yeah.
Raped me.
Yeah.
And murdered me.
Yeah.
You'd have no vendetta. You'd just be like, all right.
I would probably take the settlement, to be honest. I'm gonna go after Homelander? Get out of here. Butcher was gonna blow himself up Not even to
You
kill
wouldn't blow
Homelander.
yourself up for me?
No, I wouldn't blow myself up. No, I would not. No. And without that level of revenge in me, like I wouldn't have ever found out that you were in some weird facility with the child of your and Homelander's night together.
So I would be trapped.
Well, I mean, to be
And
fair,
the man that I love would not save me.
to be fair, as
He'd
we
take
find
the
out,
settlement.
not to jump ahead, but she picks the kid over him. So
Yeah, well, duh.
yeah, exactly.
It's her baby.
So if you were in that situation, I couldn't come in because I'm not part of the science experiment.
Yeah, but you love me.
Yeah, but what would I do? Just wait outside the fucking walls playing like music with a boombox like John Cusack and say anything?
You'd avenge my life.
That's the thing, though. I'm not going after Homelander. Like that's where it's not. I would never find you because I wouldn't go after Homelander. I would take the settlement.
I'll remember that.
And buy one of those houses we were looking at. So anyway.
I'm glad for you.
Well, guess you wouldn't have to worry about this because you're not operating a superhero's Twitter, okay? Because that was what got her into that mess in the first place.
I can't believe you wouldn't save my life.
It's not about saving your life.
I mean, avenge my life. Let's move on.
You would fight Queen Maeve for me?
I wouldn't have to fight Queen Maeve. She would
What?
just fall in love with me.
Oh, stop it. Stop. Okay.
There's other ways.
Oh, okay. More flies with honey. Gotcha. Okay. So after that, we got Homelander throwing his fucking kid off a roof.
So messed up. It was so you knew it was coming too.
Oh, absolutely, you knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming.
And he just lands on the floor like a fucking one of the pancakes that the mom was flipping before.
Yeah, just a bag of bricks.
He had like one arm going
Eats
one
it.
way, one arm going the other, and like his body was crippled in the middle. Like, what do you want from me? and then mom comes running out, terrified.
Yeah,
and he's just like, "Yes, stop babying him."
But what happens?
What?
Well, baby Homelander flips his shit.
Yes, he does get pissed for a hot second and almost
The
laser eyes dad.
Laser eyes comes out. It's like, don't fuck with us.
Yep, he pushes
Back
him
the
off
fuck
of mom.
off. Yeah.
Pushes him off of mom, gives him like a nice 6-foot shove, and for a fucking 12-year-old to do that to Homelander, I feel like that's impressive. And then Laser Eyes almost came out. So the little kid's definitely got it. Maybe not the flying gene, but
Maybe he'll get there.
Yeah, I would assume he gets there for sure, yes. That'll probably be a huge moment. I guarantee you when that kid figures out how to fly, it'll be an epic moment in the show. Like, it'll be like a moment where like he has to fly, otherwise people will die. You know what I mean? I bet that's coming. So then they go back to the boat for a hot minute, and Frenchie is like trying to get like scoop from like Kamiko's brother, like, "Yo, what turns your sister on? Like, how do I?"
He didn't say that.
No, and he's like, "Yo, how do I?"
He wants to protect her. He wants to communicate.
Yeah, but
with
he's
her.
like, "Yo, teach me a language," and the dude's like, "You've got me duct taped." Fuck you. And I respect that. I respect that move. And then let's see.
Homelander and Maeve are talking about. Oh yeah, we jumped to Homelander and Maeve where they're talking about Maeve's girlfriend.
Yeah, so like this is the first time that Homelander's back with these cats in a while because he's been trying to play dad after Gustavo Fring kicked him in his nuts verbally.
Yeah.
But yeah, Queen Maeve's on the phone with a girlfriend, and Homelander shows up for the first time in a while, overhears, starts questioning her, and then Queen Maeve is like, "Oh, you don't know about Compound V," and then that's when he finds out.
But didn't he know?
He knew that it was a thing, but I don't know if he knew.
He knew he was a lab baby.
Yes, he knew he was a lab baby. He knew that his whole story was bullshit.
Maybe he does have him.
Or maybe he was just an orphan.
Yeah. Maybe he was patient 0.
Yeah, he was like one of the first successful human trials, maybe.
Maybe that's what it is.
Okay. That's what I'm guessing.
I know. Well, we know.
Straight up lab baby.
We know that he's got that whole weird mother fucking fetish.
Oh, because he never had one. Yeah. So he's probably an orphan, like a human test. Probably one of the first successful ones. I would bet we do show.
Is that a fetish?
What?
Like that mother?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure.
Really?
I would imagine. Yeah.
So weird.
Oh, weird. So.
I mean, I'm not. And then I don't want to judge. Like, your thing is your thing. I don't want to know. I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's levels to it. I'm sure. Like, if you want to start going into like psychology and Freud and stuff like that, but like when you get to the level that he was at, where he's drinking breast milk and wants to be cradled like that, like that's it's still one step above diaper changing, but like it's still. But again, we're not kink shaming here. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we get back to this boat, and for the whole first half of this episode, I had written down, where the fuck did they get this boat?
Yeah, me too. I wrote that too. How'd they get a boat?
And we find out that they stole it.
Stole it.
And then as they're contemplating how to react to this NYPD helicopter, the fucking brother gets loose. And guess what? No more duct tape.
Wait, but I think we skipped over something because I wrote a note here that said Second Wind and Huey. He calls Starlight. That was a biggie.
Yes.
He calls Starlight and admits to her she's his second wind.
Yeah. Oh, well, he leaves the voicemail. Yes.
Right. He leaves that voicemail.
Yeah.
Because he's been incessantly watching that Billy Joel music video that is so amazing.
Yeah, which is a fantastic move on his part. You can't go wrong there.
And it's so relatable too. I'll admit this on the podcast right now, but one of my things when I am feeling anxious or I need to escape, I will go to like old music videos that I love and I'll watch them. For instance, I love watching No Doubt music videos.
Oh, okay.
Like Sunday Morning, one of my all-time favorites.
Okay.
Another one is No Doubt Ex-Girlfriend is another one that I love to watch. Another one I love to watch is Robin, Call Your Girlfriend.
Okay.
Do you have any other
Me?
Yeah.
Not really, because in my formative years where I would have had a close emotional relation to a music video is when my parents were too cheap to get cable. So we didn't have cable, so I didn't have MTV. I remember really wanting MTV.
Did you ever watch it? Was it ever a thing for you?
No, because...
So weird.
By the time it was the case, I was in high school, so I was kind of by the time it was standard in our lives, I was in high school and I was more interested in going out than sitting at home and watching that stuff. But I remember always wanting to watch it when I went to my cousin's house. Just for me, more it was just the songs themselves. I would just listen to Wu-Tang or something like that. But yeah, so the cops show up though. After that, the brother got loose, about to flex on. I think about to flex on him, but then they hit him and he hits the cop helicopter.
Womp womp.
Yep, it's over for that.
And they make a run for it.
Yeah, they skedaddle.
But before we get into God Bless the Deep, before we get into the deep and his wonderful scene, we should talk about Mr. Edgar. Fucking trying to appeal to the Seven. He's trying to get them to focus on, the supervillains. And, he wants them to be superheroes. So he's kind of all right, this whole Compound V thing that Madeline, and we know it's not Madeline, but that Madeline did, we want you to ignore it.
Just forget it, guys.
Just forget about it. It's all, you guys are still superheroes.
Eye on the prize.
Eye on the prize. Do your job. And Homelander pipes up. He's like, yeah, everybody needs to pull together. Our talent is forever. Fuck you, Mr. Edgar. Beat it.
And that was a good way for Homelander to get back at him for his little private thrashing. He gave him a nice little public one there.
So this power play between the two of them, I think, is going to be really interesting. And I really like watching the two of them, just as actors, act together. I think they work very well together. Big time. Big time.
Yeah.
But now back to the Deep and his wonderful fucking scene. So the boys are trying to make a run for it, and sharks, tons of sharks, start attacking the boat. And we immediately know that it's the Deep, and he's trying to save the day and make his way back into the Seven.
And it's just absolutely fantastic. Like, everything's coming at him. They're trying to get to the shore, and then they're in this little boat. There's like 6 of them just humming towards the shore. They're about to outrun them, but then this fucking whale shows up, and the Deep is riding it like a maniac.
No, not even like a maniac. He looks so like comfortable
and
majestic.
Yeah.
He's like
almost like a pirate coming in.
Yes.
But true to form, this fucking gruesome show.
Oh God, so
the whale and the Deep block their way, and they just go full throttle right into the whale.
Right through the whale. Right through the whale.
It is disgusting. And, you know, they're picking pieces of whale guts right out of him. Huey's in there, like, sitting inside the whale.
He doesn't want to
He's
leave.
like, I'm just going to
so
live
traumatized.
in this whale for going forward the rest of my life. But they finally convince Huey to go. Mother's Milk sits down with him, and he's like, you're not going, I'm not going. And Huey's like, fuck.
Do we know why they call him Mother's Milk?
No, maybe it's part of that fetish.
No, that doesn't make sense.
If anything makes sense, it's that.
Let's see. I'm so curious.
But so they take off, shoot out into this fucking storm drain, and then we got like a little maze situation going on there. The 7 show up, and Deep is just sobbing over the whale, and they start to head into the drains. And I thought it was really hilarious. Like right before they go into the drains. Homeland is like, yo, Deep, your vest has a rip in it, your gill is showing, and it's disgusting. Yeah, all the work he did. His mental capacity just
flushed
ruined.
Down the drain.
Just shattered right there by Homelander.
He's such a fuck, Homelander.
Well, he becomes even more of a fuck here in the next few minutes when they're in the tunnels.
Yeah.
They come across Huey. And he's like, Starlight, just kill this motherfucker.
So Homelander, if we were to diagnose him, he is a sociopath.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
He's Patrick Bateman's dream as a superhero. Like Patrick Bateman from fucking... What's it called? American Psycho. He's just like a psycho. Like remember American Psycho, the movie, the book.
Bateman? Is that the name of the character?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
He's like the classic psycho, I think. But like he's like him, but with superpowers.
He's a sociopath.
Yeah. Well, he's got a god complex. I'm sure there's like a million things wrong with him too. You could probably go all the way down from probably day one. You know what I mean? But so they're confronting him. Starlight doesn't want to kill him. Starlight wants to take him into the cops. Homeland is like, fuck you, just fucking kill him here. And this is something I took a note of. I think we saw like a little bit of growth right here from Butcher. And they were all away. They were home free. And from everything we've heard about Butcher, he would have just ditched Huey because he had his eye on his own thing and just taken everybody through there and kept their safety. But he went back and he was like, yo, let's go save him. So he started shooting at Homelander, and he was the one who led the charge to rescue Huey. And I thought that was like a little bit of growth.
Or do you think it's because he knows that he needs him? Is that growth? Or is that manipulation?
If he did it for selfish reasons, then no, it's not growth. If it's just because he needed him. But I don't think Huey really brings too much to the table, to be completely honest. Like he worked at an audio video store, and it's not like they need like a cable hookup.
He's smart though.
He is smart, yeah. But like it's not like they don't really have guy in a van situations where it's like, you know, they need navigation through a hostile environment via tech support. I took it as growth. I could be wrong though. Let's see.
Get to Stormfront.
Yeah, Stormfront.
Woo!
So she's chasing Kimiko's brother
yes.
and her brother, and it turns into a fucking
bloodbath,
wild fight. She breaks his hands at the end of it, and she's like, "Oh, you can't fucking do your
But
thing
not only
without your
that,
hands."
we see Stormfront just fucking take out a whole apartment building.
Yeah.
Which was shocking, right? Because we were introduced to this character who were like, this bitch is like calling out Vought. She's saying all the things that people want to say. She's like bringing the ugly to the surface, right?
Yep.
She's talking about all the bad things about Vought. And she's a feminist, and she's this, and she's that, and then we fucking learn this bitch is nuts.
Well, she's also another ist, and she's a bit racist.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She called him, like, he's an Asian guy, and she called him, like, yellow, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, right there, I was just like, what? She did not seem to be that type of person as presented. She seemed to be, like, almost like a millennial, like, you know, up on the social media, like, very modern and shit like that.
Yeah.
And very progressive, it seemed. And she came from Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, like another fairly liberal city. You know, it's not Portland, but, you know, it's still Pacific Northwest over there on the coast.
It's not Portland.
Yeah, I was just saying.
It's not Portland.
Well, Seattle does have CHOP. Maybe she was in CHOP. Fucking the little autonomous zone that they have in downtown Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so she fucking kills him. No questions asked. Homelander shows up. He's like, yo.
He's tight.
I said she was mine. She just goes, you snooze, you lose, Gramps. Yeah, so.
And then, I think it's kind of, I think it's interesting. Now, Stormfront has 2 new enemies, right? She's got Homelander and Kimiko.
Yep.
Kimiko?
Yes.
But also, I just thought overall that this episode was so well done. It's one of my most favorite episodes thus far in the show. I thought the way that Mr. Edgar spins the news to their advantage was predictable, but in a good way. It was like just so on the nose and well done, and I think sometimes you need moments like that for the audience. Like it's a good, that's how it should be. We know we can see this reflected in our own lives, right?
Yep.
Like, I mean, fucking Trump with getting COVID, and not that that's good news, but it's very predictable that he would get it, but how it's been spun now, right?
Yeah.
To be used to his own advantage. And I just thought that it was so well written, so well done, and I'm very happy with the direction that this season is going.
I like watching unhinged Homelander.
Yes.
That is very entertaining.
Yeah.
We learned some more shit about Stormfront here in the next episode. So but yeah, watching to see where that goes is going to be I'm very interested to see where pretty much all the superheroes go. Because they're all not just
well, now the layers are peeling back,
like,
right?
Yeah, now they're all like, they've got their own fucking stories and weird lives and shit like that's going on. They're regular people. So, alright, let's talk about episode 4. I had a little tickle in the throat. So the squad's watching the news. Kimiko's brother, they find out that they got caught. Yeah, and then Kimiko takes off.
Yeah.
She's out. And right at the end of that episode, Mr. Edgar was giving Stormfront the credit on the news. This episode starts off, Homelander's watching her on the news. He's hot. He is hot. I think he realized that he is not what he thinks he is. And like I said, Unhinged
yeah,
Homelander is going to be very, very interesting to watch.
Yeah. Well, yeah, again, like, all the layers are being peeled back on all the characters. We're starting to see... Though, I still want to see more from Maeve. Like, I understand her character. I almost wish she was a little more jaded, in a way.
Yeah.
Or just, she's still not fully formed for me yet.
Okay.
Like, I get A-Train. He's another one. I get him to a certain degree. I'd like to see more from him, from his character. But everybody else, like Starlight is very clear. Homelander, I get him. Who else is there?
Oh,
Maeve,
Black Noir.
A-Train. Black Noir. Well, Black Noir is great.
Yeah, he just shows
Though,
up sporadically. Like,
we did see a moment from him, right? When he found out that...
with the V thing?
With the V thing, he's
yeah, there's a quick
sobbing.
flash of him just like crying in the corner.
Yeah.
So
Which I thought was
interesting.
an interesting...
When we find out about Black Noir, I bet it's going to be epic.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting.
Mm.
So Homelander is now with Elizabeth Shue. And so I wrote down here, is this a dream or a flashback? Because I'm not sure, but he, I guess, needs like some sort, maybe he's dreaming, whatever. He needs a shoulder to cry on.
Is this episode? Are we in the next episode now?
Yeah, we're on episode 4.
Oh, the name of that episode. Oh, Nothing Like It in the World. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to catch up. All right. Go ahead.
But then when he's with her, the next thing I wrote down was, how many ways can this guy creepily drink milk? Because this was when she was like sticking her hand into the bowl of milk and then hand feeding it to him. And it was just more disgusting stuff with Homelander and Elizabeth Shue. But you could just tell like he is not in a good place and he wants to go to his happy place. And I don't know. Again, at this point, I didn't know if it was a dream or what. But we will find out later. It's gross.
Well, we skipped over a little part where Mallory, that's her name, right? Mallory?
Yeah.
Mallory and Butcher, they meet at the memorial, and there's that Liberty mention again, right? That they want to go find this older superhero, Liberty.
Yes.
But he also lets Butcher know that he found Becca, or she found Becca, and wants to, hook him up.
Yeah, she's gonna tell him anyway because
Big news.
even though he didn't come through on his end of the bargain.
She's got a heart.
Yeah, that's good for her. She almost reminds me of like Jane Lynch a little bit.
Her look?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
And even like a little bit of her demeanor, but without the funniness to it. You know what I mean? Like only the serious side. If Jane Lynch doesn't say like funny things as a serious person, just serious things as a serious person. Anyway.
Just serious things as a serious person. Got it.
So then we go back to Homelander and talking about Elizabeth Shue complaining about Stormfront and all that stuff. And then, lo and behold, she turns into that
doppelganger. Fucking weird
that creepy
thing.
Superhero. Another creepy thing. And you just see, it was so funny, like Homelander just sits up, he's like, turn back! Turn back!
Can't even look at her? Yeah.
It was so ridiculous. Like, I don't even want to know.
You don't want to know what?
Anything more than what we already know about their relationship. Like, I don't want to know what goes on behind closed doors and how that affects Doppelganger. Yeah. And how that affects Doppelganger. Like, I don't want to know.
I wrote, one of my notes, Mother's Milk with a New York Giants shirt.
Yes.
I'm just taking note of all of his t-shirts because I think that they are important.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, also because they're cool and they're supposed to be on the run. And they're all crisp, too. Like, they're
he always
nice.
looks tight.
Yes, he always looks very good.
Very fresh.
So he's with Butcher, too. And he wants to just storm that compound. And they're like, yo, now is not the time, my guy.
Yeah.
Now is not the time. He's like, well, it's my time. My time is now. He's like the Goonies. He's like, it's our time right now. Like, no.
It's our time.
Yeah, it's our time down here.
Up there.
But he wants to go. So he goes himself. They can't stop him. And they're just like, well, fuck him. And then we've got Homelander Stormlight on that elevator, and he fucking interrogates the shit out of her.
He attacks her.
Yes. And
he attacks her. That was
aggressive.
Yeah.
He was interrogating her.
Where did he put his fingers?
Oh, I think it was like underneath, like, because if you go and stick your finger under like your rib and then go up a little bit, you could get like under your rib and like almost like push on your lung and stuff like that. And like, if you wanted to, like, I'm sure Homelander could just pull like fucking like almost like rip the rib out. That's what I thought was pretty much gonna happen. Sorry if you didn't hear that last bit. I was leaning away from the microphone as I was trying to stick my hand under my ribs. But yeah, and that was brutal. And she held her ground, though. She did not fold under questioning.
She's pretty gangster.
She is, yeah.
I like her. I like her character a lot.
Me too. Like the wholesome, Midwestern girl who's actually wholesome.
And it's interesting, too, now that I think about it, I was just thinking kind of about, like, the diversity of the show, right? How pretty much everybody's white except for A-Train. And I looked up who played Black Noir, and Black Noir is played by a black man.
Okay.
But they talk about it pretty openly on the show, like the lack of diversity.
Yeah. Well, they were doing that at the interview part. Yeah. And that was when Homelander just like outs Maeve though.
Well, yeah, that's right, when he outs Maeve.
Yeah, he's like, no, we have a gay person too. But yeah,
but I do appreciate that because again, right, we kind of know this life anyway, right? This is like what we're living with, and just the with our government and with the way that unfortunately our culture is right now.
Yep.
And the lack of diversity and representation, but I really appreciate seeing that represented in this show.
Or at least attempted to.
Well, so it's like life imitating art, imitating right? So yeah, all the superheroes are gonna be white.
But I also don't know if they're doing it in a way to promote it or doing it in a way to call out how necessary it's become to hit certain boxes.
Well, yeah. It could be a combination of both, right?
Exactly. Yeah. No.
Remember that whole PR?
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Where they were like, "Oh, a differently abled one." And yeah. But like, they're trying to check boxes just as much as they're trying to call attention to it.
Mm.
So I think they're doing both at the same time, calling attention to how ridiculous it is that you have to check boxes, but also that it is necessary at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, so what else do we got going on here? So we got A-Train, Ashley, and Homelander. Anything before that?
Oh, Huey and Starlight meet up.
Yes, that's right.
And she's really upset about what happened.
Yeah, she's starting to lose it.
Yeah, she is. She's having a really hard time. She doesn't want to do it anymore. She cries that she can't do it anymore. And he wants to, like, take her on this trip.
Yeah, it sounds like they
have to go find Liberty, and he wants to take her with him. And
she rocks out.
Yeah.
Road trip.
Yeah. Road trip. Mother's Milk is not having it, but he's like, all right, fine, take her. And they're driving, and we get what, Mike?
My jam. Jammy Jam.
More
We Didn't
Billy
Start
Joel.
the Fire.
Yeah, man. Good song.
Mare's all about the other song. This is my jam. Really.
I'm not all about...
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
I'm all about Billy Joel.
Yes.
I would say I'm all about Pressure. That song fucking slaps.
It certainly does. Definitely one of my favorites. But while this is going on, too, we learn that A-Train is getting kicked out of the 7. So he gets booted. Ashley and Homelander tell him, they're like, bro, you can't even run anymore, and you have heart attacks all day. So
My guy.
So you
Take a
really,
break.
yeah, we don't need this from you.
Yeah.
So you can go race a cheetah or something to make money at a sideshow.
Race a cheetah?
Yeah, because a cheetah's fast. So watch a human beat a cheetah in a race.
Oh.
Like a sideshow type of shit.
Got it.
Yeah. Go race a horse. You know, go beat like the Kentucky Derby. So, and then let's see. So we got, they're at the diner too. Mother's milking Huey. And there's like an accident right there. And Starlight wants to go help. But they're like, nah, we can't help. We can't
Gotta
get involved.
go.
I feel like not helping is going to bite them in some way. I don't know why, but I felt that in that instance.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Like somebody saw them, or it's on camera that she didn't help.
Because it almost feels like an unnecessary scene.
I mean, the only other reason it could be there is to show that she's wholesome because she wanted to help, but I feel like we've got enough wholesome vibes. Like, we don't need any more of that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's going to be significant for some reason. So Butcher finally makes it to Becca. Somehow he gets into this fucking compound.
God bless him.
I pictured it's like Epcot, like the Dome, or something like the Truman Show.
Yeah, the Truman Show.
And like he must have like came in
movie.
through like a fucking air duct or something. And somehow he makes his way to her house, and somehow he doesn't get caught on the multitude of cameras. And he's like, where can we go without a camera? And they go fuck under a bridge.
Yeah, this episode was a lot about relationships, the romantic relationships between the characters, because then we cut to Huey back to excuse me.
Yeah.
I burped. Huey and Starlight are flirting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, now we got like dueling sex scenes going on here. Mm-hmm. So we got like Butcher and his wife, and then Huey and Starlight getting it on at the same time.
I wrote, everybody's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wrote Huey and Starlight are getting it on, and Butcher and Becca get it on too.
Now we're up to what we were referring to before, where
Yes.
Homelander and Maeve are on that talk show, and I wrote, "Hero so white, ha."
Yeah, that was the hashtag. Hero so white.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Homelander outs her because he was like, "Yo, we do have a game member of the 7-2, Queen Maeve," and then Queen Maeve's just sitting there like, "Well, I can't fucking do anything about this. We're on live TV," and I thought that was fucking hilarious. Elena must have been. I don't know. Do you think she's thrilled, or
that he outed her?
Terrified, or
I think she's terrified.
Terrified is probably the right word.
She doesn't want. Oh, she didn't want Homelander finding out about her. That's why she kept her a secret. So now, she's in danger. Her ex-girlfriend. Stormfront and a rally. Very interesting.
Yep. Kamiko
very
gets eyes on her in
Ooh,
the crowd.
She arrives, and it looks like it's about to go down. But it doesn't. Because Frenchie stops her.
Yep. And then we get to the squad that's on the road trip, and they find Liberty. And Liberty
turns out
is somebody who watched a drunk superhero stop their car for no reason except that they were black, and then I think kill her brother, right in front of them. And then they were like, man, that sucks, who did this?
She wanted the car.
Oh yes,
she wanted the car for some reason.
Yeah. And uses several racist slurs throughout the sequence. And then they're like, oh shit, who did this to you? And she points to the newspaper right at Stormfront. And, oh boy, Liberty is Stormfront. Finkel is Einhorn, Einhorn is Finkel.
That was a good reference.
But yeah, so we find that out. So sure enough, we kind of were like, yo, Stormfront's pretty fucking racist last episode. Yeah. It's even worse, and she's a whole new person.
Yeah, and she's a whole new person. She looks mad young. So I guess Compound V or whatever, if she's got a new Compound V, or if she's does it have this effect on superheroes where they stay young? Did they take her out for a little while and like experiment on her more. So there's a whole other potential, potential storyline that's going on.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't seem like they age at all.
Yeah.
So
we do find out too. It's with Mother's Milk. Before we jump ahead, with Mother's Milk, it's revealed that something happened with his family and superheroes, and his father was a lawyer, and worked really hard for his family.
And they had a problem with Vought, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, yeah. And fought, wanted the law on their side. And it wasn't.
Nope. And then Homeland is doing what we all do, looking at memes.
Yeah.
But not for us. He's looking at memes of himself, shitting on himself, which is hilarious, and just seething as he does it. It's fucking great. And then Stormfront shows up, and Homelander starts giving her a hard time. And Stormfront said something like, "Yo, I don't care that you have 50 million fans." She's like, "I got 5 million people in an army." And
I wrote it because I was reading this. I was like, "What the fuck does this mean? 5 million people. I have 5 million people pissed. I have soldiers."
Yeah, she's got
very good. I wrote in all caps, "Very good."
So, and that's true, and that's kind of very similar to, how being online is.
Yeah.
Twitter. That's big on Twitter. But 5 million jerk-offs are just like 25 million casual losers. Or users, not losers.
Losers.
But, so Butch is all set, bags are packed, ready to take Becca, and Becca's like, "Yeah, we can't go.
We ain't going. I ain't doing this.
I'm afraid that somewhere down the line you're gonna kill my son."
Yeah.
Or find a way to like ditch him somewhere or something. So I can't do that. And Butcher, he's just like, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I probably would have killed him." Yeah, or it's almost like in Austin Powers where like Shaw agreed with Scotty. He's like, "And he's trying to kill me," and then like the therapist is like, "I'm sure he's not trying to kill you," and Dr. Evil's just like, "No, I am trying to kill him. He is quite astute, but he's quite wily like his old man." And Starlight and Huey, they get back to New York, and Huey's all glowing because he got some buns. They took a nice road trip, got back. He thought his relationship was building.
Did you say he got some buns?
I'm just saying he had a good time.
What does that mean?
He thinks everything is on the up and up.
He got some buns?
Just saying, whatever.
What does that mean?
It means he had sex with the lady that he wants
to... So he got some buns?
Yes, that's exactly what he got. He got some buns.
Fucking creep.
But like with a lady that he's super into, and he thinks that the relationship's gonna move forward, and he thinks that they took it to the next level.
You got some hot cross buns?
Hell yeah, little hot dog buns, and then she breaks up with him. Is the point?
Yeah.
And
she dumps his ass.
That's gotta hurt because he thought everything was going well.
He thought the buns were hot.
Yeah, he thought they were warm buns. No, cold buns. Now he's just back to fucking cold crescent rolls. Yeah.
No buns.
And then we go back to our guy, the Deep.
He's really your guy.
I love him. I think it's so weird what's going on here. He's like Tom Cruise. That's what it is. Yeah. He's probably Tom Cruise going at the side.
Well, yeah, that's what I wrote because they're picking a wife for him.
Yeah.
Because they open up the episode with a woman talking about relationships and love, right? And they keep cutting back to all of these different women, and then finally we figure out, they're picking a wife for him. Yep. They're trying to clean up his image and get him to be a soldier for their fucking...
for their little religion there.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it's little. I don't think it's little.
Well, no, exactly. But like it was kind of funny because the one that they were interviewing when the scene came, like she was like, "Yeah, I'll fuck all day long. I like to fuck in the morning, noon, and night.
I'll give you my buns."
And the Deep was like, "Yo, I'm about that." And they were like, no, you're going to go with this one.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I thought it was my choice." And they were like, "Yes, and you're going to choose this one if you want to be back in the 7, because that's the goal. Because they want their church to have a hold of a superhero in the 7, and that's a weird goal.
Yeah.
You know, it's a power move. And then from there, last little bit, super fucking creepy again.
Boy, oh boy.
We've got Homelander with fake Elizabeth Shue. And
With Doppelganger, yeah.
Doppelganger.
Say what it is. Homelander's back with Doppelganger.
Turns into Homelander. And then he's like, yo, I know you just want to fuck yourself. It was so disgusting.
Again, sociopath.
He probably wasn't wrong. And because it made him have those thoughts and feelings, he killed him. He was like, I'm going to rip my own head off instead of dealing with this or giving in to the desires that I have to execute it.
Yeah, so the episode ends with Homelander killing, quote-unquote, himself.
Yes. And that was fucking creepy for like the 40. As a matter of fact, given how creepy Doppelganger was being in that situation, I was glad Homelander killed him. I was like, I just please kill him again, as a matter of fact. Because
Gotta go.
He was being too creepy for my blood in that situation. But yeah, so that's it. Episode 4. Those are the 2 episodes we watched. And
how many episodes are left?
I don't know if they do like 8 or 10 or 12. I would imagine like an even number though. But we'll check.
Okay.
After that, we can go back to Real Housewives. But yeah, so thanks for listening. I'm Mike.
I'm Mare.
And this is I Don't Want to Watch That. And you could check us out, don'twantowatchthat.com, and at Don't Want to Watch on Twitter and Instagram. The O in Don't in Twitter is a 0 because of a fuckface. That's all I got. So,
thanks, guys.
See you later. Peace out.
Bye.